Hey, I'm Shanna Galen. I'm going to talk to you today about how to jump quickly back into your manuscript, and I have 3 tips for you. One thing that I hear authors talk about a lot is having trouble getting back into their manuscript when they start a new day of writing. And what often happens is they spend valuable writing time going back and revising when what they really need to be doing is writing new words. So I have 3 tips for you to jump back quickly into your manuscript. And the first one is to always end your writing session in the middle of a scene. Try very hard not to end at the end of a chapter so that you have to start the beginning of a chapter in the next session. End when there's something exciting happening, when there's something that you can get right back into. And usually that's like the middle of a scene. My second tip is to just make a few notes at the end of the scene that you leave off on. And this can even just be a few words like, and then he said, and an idea of what the character is going to say. And then that helps you remember like what your train of thought was when you left off, and you can jump right back in and continue with that dialogue or with that thought. And my last tip is, if you watch any of my videos, you know that I love a timer. So I would set a timer for 15 to 20 minutes and tell yourself, I cannot go back and revise until I have written new words for 15 to 20 minutes. And then I bet you anything that at the end of that 15 to 20 minutes, most of the time, you're going to be back into the story and you won't feel the need to go back and revise and you can keep going. Now, sometimes authors will say, oh, but I realized that I made this mistake when I was writing the day before and I need to go back and correct that. You don't need to go back and correct that yet. Just make a note that you need to go back at some point and correct that. And when you're doing revisions after the first draft is done, you can go back and correct that. Keep going as much as possible with your writing and don't go back and revise. Hope this helps.